Welcome. This is Chapter 11, Part 2. We're going to cover the File Explorer. It's the yellow folder on the taskbar. It's one of the easiest ways to get to it, or the shortcut keys, the Windows key plus the letter X will also launch it. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. In the taskbar here, this yellow folder, we can access the File Explorer, and so it brings up quick access, right? And this PC, OneDrive if you have it, and any network connections. But this is called File Explorer. It's how you can traverse the file system. All right. Like many Windows applications, there is a ribbon bar with quick access to features and options. Also in File Explorer, there's quick access links on the left side and provide easy access to most used libraries such as our desktop, documents, pictures. For technicians, this PC icon is also very important. You can right-click it and gain access to manage the PC, or get to the system's window, from the properties selection. And so let's look at this a little closer here. So you have the ribbon bar up here, which allows you to do certain things like create new folders and things like that. And then the quick access, to the desktop downloads, documents, pictures, and other recently used folders. But then this PC, if we right-click it, we can manage the PC, and that brings up one of our Microsoft Management Consoles, the computer management, and which includes a lot of system tools, the local users' computers, disk management, and various other tools. Our event viewer where we can see logs, things like that. Other things, we can get to the system window if we right-click on this PC and go to Properties. It's going to bring up our system window, which gives us all kinds of information, access to device managers, some remote settings, advanced system settings, and then this also where we can do our work group or domain, right? So right now this computer is in a work group, but we could change it and join into a domain if we were on a network with a domain. But so that's the system window. And you can also activate the Windows by changing your product key. But that's from this PC, from the File Explorer. I also put this PC on the desktop. It's part of the desktop icons, so it just makes it easy for easy access. All right. Yeah, so and also selecting PC will display all the drives that are connected to the system. So here it's showing a Windows 7 version. It used to be called Computer, and now it's called This PC. Alright, but you can see your any hard drives, any remote storage or connected drives, and network drives, anything like that by clicking this PC. Each system will have one or more drives connected to it, and each drive will have one or more partitions. Each partition will have a single root directory, and typically Windows is installed on the boot partition of a drive on the volume that's labeled with the letter C. It doesn't have to be, but most of the time everybody installs it on the C drive for consistency. The C drive, as it is called, has its own root directory and hierarchical structure of subdirectories, and subdirectories are also known as child directories or folders. Every directory and subdirectory or folders can have files and other subdirectories located in them. And so then we go here, go to this PC, right? So we can see all our drives. I have some network drives that I'm not connected to the network. I can what's called virtual private network, create a virtual private network, and connect to the school district, and then I can get access to the drives at the school district. Right now I'm not connected, so they're offline. But I have my C drive. It has one partition, and then I go in and I can see all my folders. And this is the root. This is called the root. C:\\/ is the root directory, and these are the subdirectories that reside under my root directory. Windows is a subdirectory of that root directory, and then within there's folders and files, right? But even within that, the System32, which is a very important subdirectory, this is where most of the tools and features of Windows reside, including our registry. But so we have this hierarchical structure, right? The root at the top, then Windows, then System32. But there's other directories that we could have went into, and then there's files, not only just subdirectories, but there's files within each of these directories. All right, and this is just a graphical presentation of what we were just discussing. So here we see a hard disk that is partitioned as the C drive. It has 3 subdirectories under the root directory: Windows, data, and program files. Each of them have files, but only data is shown to have subdirectories, right? And those subdirectories are business and files. Let's see here, friends, sorry, excuse me, business and friends. The directory C data business has a file called letter.docx or docx. As you can see, the files and directories located on a hard drive on a Windows computer is in a hierarchical structure where the root directory, the C:\/ is at the top of the drive or the root and the top of this structure. Here we show a single disk, a hard disk that is split into 2 partitions. Partition 1 is our C drive and partition 2 is our D drive. Both C and D have root directories and each have various folders under the root directory. Even though they happen to use the same names, they are not the same folders or subdirectories, and will likely hold very different files and folders. You can see that they are different in that on the C drive, folder 3 is placed under folder 1, where on the D drive it's placed under folder 2. Once again, the names are the same, but they do not have to be, and normally would not be, the same. When you access a file or folder, you're using the hierarchical structure that exists on the drive to access the items. We call this the path. The path starts with the root directory, and in this example we're on the C drive, so the root directory is the C:\\. Next we list the topmost subdirectory off the root directory. In this case it's the data subdirectory. You keep listing the subdirectories until you reach the desired path and then the file and file extension if you're accessing a file. In this example we are accessing a file called letter.docx located in the business subdirectory, which is located in the data subdirectory, which is located in the root of the C drive. We could just have easily accessed the subdirectory business and then found the file letter.docx, and that's just the path to the letter.docx. But in this example, we are actually opening the Word document letter.docx docx, and that is the full path to the file. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna go here. So just like that. So we've got. Let me see. I do believe on the C drive, if I go to the data and business, I have the letter .x, right? So I have the path to the file, and then if I actually go to .x and hit enter, it's going to open up our Word document, right? So that was the direct path to the letter file. We could also get to this from the command prompt. So if I go to the C:/ or the root directory, right, I can change directory to data, change directory to business, and then I can do a listing, and there's letter docx, right? So, but this is my path, right? C:/ data business. It's that hierarchical path to the file. All right. Some tips, right? So when we navigate Windows Explorer, you can drill down to the subfolders. Let's go here. So you can right click or left click on these arrows here, and you can see options for subfolders. So these are quick shortcuts ways to get to folders and files. Right, so I can go to the Windows directory, and then I could find cursors, but then I can also go back to our data, and then go to business or other stuff. Right, so there's shortcuts, ways to navigate or drill down to the subfolders. You can use the search box in the upper right. You can go use the forward and back arrows in the upper left corner to move forward and backwards. Right, and then as I said, you can click the right arrow in the address bar to get a drop-down list of the subfolders. Let's see here. We can create a new folder. So from the home ribbon, there's a new folder, and you can make it a regular folder or a compressed folder. Let's see here. So right here, the ribbon, I can make a new folder, and properties. Right, I can share the folder. I can add security. I can customize it. There's all kinds of options that we can do here, but yeah, so that I can delete the folder, I can move it or copy it. Once again, here's that back and forward arrow keys. Let's go ahead and delete the folder, and so now the folder's gone. Alright, here's a new folder. You can edit the name. Right, so you can also create a folder by right-clicking on the white space, going new, and then folder, or you can do a new file, right? And there's that, and here's, you can map a drive. right? New folder, we can compress zip folder, right? Right click on the folder and we can rename the folder, but then we can right click on it. We can also delete it. We can create a shortcut to it and then put this shortcut on the desktop. But we can also permanently delete it. Alright. Right, and as I said, we can copy, move, rename, delete files, drag and drop files. You can highlight multiple items to delete or copy using the shift key or control keys. You can create the shortcut, move the shortcut. Here's showing again, creating a shortcut. And then, so that is our Windows Explorer, File Explorer. They're the same thing. It has just been renamed in Windows 10 to be File Explorer. So that is end of part 2. I'll catch you in chapter 11, part 3.